Hello everyone, welcome back to the Patriot News Tea Party Network today. Okay, the Patriot News Tea Party Network today. Okay, Merry Christmas to everyone. What we are talking about today is Wall Street Journal has it correct. This story that the Wall Street Journal report out is the stores cannot keep toys and the merchandise. Amazon having a tough time trying to keep up with the pace that Toys R Us had. They can't even keep the toys in stock at all. It's going out too quickly. At least Toys R Us has their inventory, and you can actually see here I am. I do have my Toys R Us t-shirt. Merry Christmas. Here's my Christmas tie. So here you go. Do you see that? There you go, right there. See, I am telling you the truth, guys. See that? And we went to what the Wall Street Journal asked us to do is, if you go out with a Santa hat, go out with a Santa tie. We have right here. We do that. Okay, here's my Santa hat. Here's my Santa tie. See, when we do that, I guarantee you they'll have, if you go with the Toys R Us t-shirt like we do have right now, they say they'll guarantee a job on site. Sure enough, this did happen. They guaranteed. The manager actually approached me today. I had my mom with me. I had my mom in a wheelchair, of course. And anyway, I'm a personal caregiver too. They know that. But anyway, they hire me on a job. If I was not a caregiver, they would hire me right at the spot as a merchandise person for inventory for the toys, because we know how to do it. That's just one thing about Toys R Us did correctly. They trained us on how to do inventory correctly and actually move the merchandise in an efficient way, faster than anybody else. This is why Amazon is having a tough time trying to keep up with the merchandise. So is Fred Meyer, Target too, and Walmart. They're all struggling right now. All the retail stores, even online, Amazon is struggling trying to keep up with the pace that we have, because we did it quickly, we did it efficiently. The only thing we did wrong was we had too much inventory, too much volume, and not enough. It was too much administrators, and what happened was it was not good on paper. We cooked the books is what we did. What we had was a higher volume of resources than it were of income. So that's what happened to Toys R Us here. So we actually expand ourselves too much, too quickly, too fast, and that's why we had to go for Chapter 11 of bankruptcy. So we cooked the books. That's what Toys R Us did. That's exactly what GM did, and they took a bailout. Now, with this being said, do you think Toys R Us needs a bailout too? Are they entitled to a bailout? I don't know. But I mean, I did work for Toys R Us in 2005, from 2004, 2008, 4 years. Now, realizing those 4 years, what happened in between those 4 years? Well, we had the Star Wars movie. Remember, the Phantom Menace came out. The sixth came out with Star Wars. That came out. Also, the Cars movie came out in 2006 too, as well. 2005, the Star Wars movie, Darth Vader, the sixth. So that came out in 2005. The Cars movie came out in 2006, and we kept our inventory efficiently enough. We're actually made sure there was enough items on the shelves. But the problem was we cooked the books. You see, there's too much overhead and not enough profit. That's why we cooked the books on this one. The bookkeeper did that. It's not us. It's not me personally. It was a bookkeeper who did that. They didn't do a very good job doing inventory at all, trying to make sure that there was the profit was that we had was actually we actually had money, but it didn't show that. Instead, it showed paper, not actually what we actually had on. We were actually making on file. So that's what we did. That's a Toys R Us problem. That's a corporate issue. They did that. So it was not me. I did not personally do that. No, I was an employee there. You got to realize I was an employee helping out the customer, the cashiers. Okay, so I was doing. That was my job. All right, and I did my job, and I did it very well. and I got employee of the month too as well. So here I am at 2018, 10 years later. After I left, I did not get fired. I left on my own because I had my own business at the same time trying to do. So it was a conflict of interest. I can't do both. You couldn't do that. And so anyway, that's what I did. And again, thank you for watching that Patriot Concern News Tea Party Network. But the Wall Street Journal's got it correct. If you go to right now with your Santa hat, with your Toys R Us shirt and at Christmas time, guaranteed to get hired on the spot at Walmart or anywhere or any other retail right now, because we know how to do it. We know how to move merchandise quickly and fast. That's the one thing that we got trained on correctly, was train on getting the merchandise out there to the customer, make sure it's done on time in an efficient manner, and make sure you have plenty of items on the shelves too as well. So big inventory. See, that's one thing that we did right. One thing we didn't do right was too much overhead, too much volume. That's what we screwed up on. The Toys R Us did way too much merchandise, and it was not efficient enough to have a profit positive profit. So it was a margin of error on our part. So that's what we did wrong. So, and also Toys R Us gave $14 million to Planned Parenthood too as well, from 2006 to 2008. That's the reason why I also left too as well, because I didn't want no part of that. And they did that also back again in 2010 and 2011 too as well. But so those 4 years while Obama was in office, Toys R Us gave $14 million to Planned Parenthood. That was right after I left, because I left in the summer of 2008. And we gave the money to Planned Parenthood in October 2008. So those 4 years between 2008 and 2012, $14 million to Planned Parenthood was not a good decision on Toys R Us. Not very smart, but we did. That's what Toys R Us did, and I didn't want to be responsible for that. So that's the reason why I left too as well. I saw the writing on the wall. I saw what Toys R Us was doing. It was not very good, but we were allowed to say Merry Christmas from 2004, 2006, and in 2008 we were not allowed to. So anyway, thank you so much and that was when President Bush is still in office. So I was at Toys from 2004 all the way to 2008, of summer 2008. So thank you so much for watching this video. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully you guys can learn something from this, because I did exactly what the Wall Street Journal predicted. If you go right now, a former Toys R Us employee, go in there with your Toys R Us t-shirt, you're guaranteed to have you a job anywhere, any retail store right now. It's guaranteed. And that's what happened to me. I'm wearing my Christmas time, my Santa hat, and the Wall Street Journal predicted this, that they said that, it's possible this would happen. Well, we did do it, and it's not possible. It did happen. So we want to confirm that story to the Wall Street Journal. So we want to give it out. We want to give a shout out to the Wall Street Journal for this. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Take care.